However, my approach is always expect the best, but be prepared for the worst. And I promise you and promise myself, I'm gonna be prepared for the worst. I'm gonna be so prepared like never ever again. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys are all safe, you're all healthy. And in this video, I want to share a little bit now about my downswing that I'm experiencing and what I'm doing about it, what I try to do in order to get out of the downswing, and how I'm coping with it. It's not the biggest downswing in terms of buy-ins, but it's certainly the biggest downswing in terms of money that I've been losing in my entire career. And yeah, I just want to share how this is not meant to be that I try to seek for compassion, that I seek for empathy. I mean, it's always good to get positive messages, and I do appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, I'm also a human being, and I do enjoy that, of course. So if you have a tip for me, we're all students of life. We should always adopt this beginner's mindset. So if you have a tip for me, what helped you, drop it in the comments. I read all of the comments, and I appreciate any feedback. I appreciate any tips. So let me know, just drop a comment. And let's kick it off with what was happening the last weeks. As some of you might know, there are currently the Poker Masters going on, which usually take place at the Aria in Las Vegas. And since I'm not a live player, I wouldn't be traveling there, even though coronavirus would have not happened. I would have still not opted to go there. But they conducted it online, so I thought, wow, awesome, great. They're going to be two $10,000 tournaments every day. On weekends, they're going to be $25,000 tournaments. I intend to grind the full schedule, the full 2 weeks. And I started last week on Sunday with 25Ks. And also PokerStars, there's a high roller series going on. So long story short, I think I bricked every 10K, every 25K. I also fired multiple bullets. I cashed in one 10K. I bricked all the 5Ks. Funny enough, I think I might even be plus in terms of the return of investment, but since I was bricking every $5,000 tournament and higher, I lost close to $250,000 now the last week, which sounds a lot of money, but I think the average buy-in I was playing over the last 7 to 10 days, it's probably somewhere between 20 and 40 buy-ins. Of course, I was also selling action for the 10Ks and 25Ks, and I always do play the 10Ks and 25Ks during the WCOOP and the WCOOP. So it was also a new experience for me, since I've never playing so many high rollers on a consecutive basis. So it's something that I need to get used to it. But I was preparing myself very well. I was studying a lot. I tried to play the spots well that usually aren't so easy to play, multiple spots, and we had board runouts. I was studying a lot my short stack game, especially post flop, so to get really sharp with my 20, 30, 40 big blind game, because this is going to be the average stack size you're going to be playing most of the time, and especially in high rollers where you're not going to just build stacks left and right. You're very likely going to be grinding the mid stack region for quite some time. And yeah, I felt very good. I felt super excited. I don't know, and then I simply got destroyed. I got destroyed. I lost a lot of money, and now on Monday, the last Sunday now, I was once again, I bricked the 25Ks, I bricked the 10Ks, and the money said, okay, something is going on. Of course, to a certain degree downswing, but also to a certain degree it gets you. I think at some point you need to realize, all right, even though I intend to play the full schedule, when it goes so bad, I want to sit back. I want to analyze what is going on. I want to review with friends. I want to get feedback. I want to be constructive. I want to be proactive about it. I'm not going to be posting bad beats, how my aces got sucked out on final tables or whatever. But I definitely want to be be proactive. Want to get feedback. Yeah, and I want to just try to do something about it, and try to increase my edge even more by finding leaks in my opponent's game. So I decided I'm gonna now stop the Poker Masters for the time being, and then start grinding on WCOOP. So the things that I'm going to do now are, of course, working on spots where I feel not 100% confident that I was playing them right. Usually out of position spots, I feel like, and I also have been reviewing a couple of spots already, that I was not applying the right bet sizes. Multi-way spots, bluff catching rivers. I will also combine the bluff catching river with some database analysis. Who are the recs that are capable of bluffing? What is the population really doing, to really refresh my understanding of what population is doing on mid stakes and high stakes. Pre-flop 4-betting, because some people are very aggressive in their 3-betting, and also going to be analyzing some 3-bet pots, how to counter that with 4-betting, and also post-flop, how to counter that when people have wider ranges. I will also analyze a lot of the recs. I will try to just get a very good picture, good idea what everyone is doing. I'm doing that anyway, but I will focus more time, more attention on that. And what I'm trying to do during a downswing is I try to rely less on setups. I really try to pick spots where I can gain chips very easily, because my opponents are doing something that I can exploit. A very typical example would be someone that has an incredible high fold 3-bet, and then let's say whenever we're late position and he's opening cutoff button hijack, we're just going to be 3-betting the shit out of him, right? And just picking up those chips 70% of the time, which is an immense profit. And this is a spot where you're going to have an incredible high win rate because your opponent is overfolding. You can still even hit a hand post flop. You can c-bet very wide. So this is just a typical example, and I try to find these spots now, not only pre-flop but also post-flop, because my opponents have leaks in their check raising on the flop, they have leaks in c-betting, they have leaks in fold to c-bet, over-folding, over-calling. So really trying to find opponent and tag them and really tag precise. Okay, this rec is playing like this, he has leaks here and there, and I'm going to analyze them. I'm going to take my notes, and I try to increase my non-showdown winnings as much as I can, so I don't rely on setups, I don't rely on coolers. I mean, we still need to rely on it, but I try to reduce it so I can still have deep runs and not necessarily have so many setups needed for that. So, and I think also this downswing, and this is very important for you if you're listening, it really proves that no matter in which stage you are as a poker player, you can always have a sick downswing. You will always suffer. You will always second guess yourself in downswings. And you have to understand, this is a choice you make. And if you want to become pro, you also sign up for painful even if you play poker. The moment you start playing poker, you sign up for painful downswings. You sign up for getting punched in the face. You're being prepared in the best of your ability just to get destroyed in the next session. And variance, man, it can eat you up and shit you out, and you just think, what the fuck is going on? I'm on a TV show. And you just think that this can't be for real. Like, someone is trolling me, right? And everything is against you, everything is running against you. And losers always keep complaining about their bad run. And winners get up, they analyze their game, they're proactive, they find leaks, they find exploits, and they try to improve their win rate, so they're less susceptible for the downswing, and also less susceptible for tilt. Remember, tilt always occurs out of uncertainty. So, and tilt not only in a sense of that you blow up, that you're gonna punt it off with 7 deuce off, also being more scared, being more passive, because the downswing is so intimidating on you that you stop making plays that you would usually make, and you know it's profit and they would work out, and then you just try to, oh god, I'm only going to get it in against aces. You only try to get it in with 80%, so you avoid making this high variance plays, yet they're very profitable because you're already wired in a way that you think, I'm going to lose anyway, my bluff is not going to work out, I'm bluffing into top range anyway, right? Or you make a bluff catch. Usually you would make the bluff catch, but you stay away from it because they always had it now over the last couple of days or weeks. And this is what you need to do, and you have to stop complaining about it, and you have to be proactive. So listen, please don't take this video as me here trying to seek for compassion. I also want to make up my mind. I want to speak about what I'm going to do, what letting you be part of this, so you can also learn from my downswing. And I will also have a session with Elliot Rowe, try to regain momentum by having someone that can give me also some mindset tips. And listen, this is something that we think we're always in charge of. And coming from a place of being vulnerable and admitting, all right, I might not be able to manage that all by myself. That's why it's good to have poker friends, and you don't necessarily need to spend thousands of dollars for a mindset coach. Having friends, and there's no excuse for that in the age of internet and social media, to not being able to connect. If you don't have poker friends and you think you're shy, no, this is just an excuse. Nobody is going to hurt you. You're not going to die by reaching out, by providing value, by surrounding yourself with like-minded people and building up a connection or friendships, poker friendships with other players. Because now I realize it so much. When you have a downswing, it helps you so much to have people reviewing your game. They're going to give you feedback on the spots. They can give you advice, and they can also cheer you up. However, it's very important that they're brutally honest. If you suck in certain spots, you have to tell. And also, if someone else has a downswing, you have to be brutal honest. You have to tell them, hey, listen, it's not only downswing, you also need to work on your game. And it's very important to not, if you have been losing most of the time and you had some ups, it's not that you're on a consistent downswing, you're a losing player that just had a few upswings. Also, if you have been a winning player for most part of the time and you had some downs, then you have downswings. And I think both sides or both group of people are actually confusing it. The ones who have been winning over the most of the time of their career, they start second guessing so much. They start doubting. And I've seen that myself. Like after every session, I'm like, what am I too dumb to win in poker or what? And especially now, even on stakes where it's so incredibly soft, like there's so many fun players coming now through the quarantine or because of the quarantine, and I can't win. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I too stupid to win in soft games or what? And you ultimately have those thoughts, and I think it's very important to now then, have the right perspective and to understand, listen, you have been winning for millions of hands, and I know there are a lot of regulars out there that have a downswing, that second guess themselves, they might consider quitting, they think they're the worst players in the world. No, this is a little bit too much. It's good to be self-critical, and it's good to be proactive and try to find leaks and admit that there's certainly a lot of spots that can be played better, but you shouldn't be too harsh to yourself. And take a break, review, come back, try again. If you fail, come back, try again. I mean, that's essentially what Phil Garfield did as well, right? Taking a break, analyzing your game, finding leaks, finding exploits, having a mindset session with someone. No matter how experienced you are, it's always good to get input from others, because we only see the things that we see, and others have a much different perspective, and they can show you things that you have been seeing in a different way. So surround yourself with like-minded people. Man, I can't stress often enough on that, and I think it just shows me right now that it's good to have poker buddies that you can review, and I'm really looking forward to my session with Elliot, and all I can do, and I'm going to promise, I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to be so prepared for Scoop. And I actually have a hard time sleeping right now, because last night I went to bed at 2, I got up at 3, and I was running Pyro Sims until like 6 in the morning, because I was like, I want to do something. Like, I know my competitiveness might not necessarily be healthy, but I want to prove it myself. And I just want to prove that I can do it better, that even though I'm running like shit, I can have more deep runs, I can lose less money. And this is the mindset I always adopt when things are not going so well, that I want to lose the minimum. Where others might lose 20 buy-ins, I only lose 12 buy-ins. I know this is going to be the mindset that makes me a lot of money in the long run, because yes, it's important to win a lot of money when things are going so well, but it's even more important to lose less money when things are not going so well. And right now, I somehow have to manage to not lose that much. And I always, I really have a hard time falling asleep right now, because then once you go to bed, and even though I meditate, it's still there. And I understand, listen, I'm not complaining about it. I signed up for this, and I'm down. I'm ready. I'm gonna go to this war. I'm willing to take it, and I will take whatever it needed, or whatever it needs. And yeah, man, just if it's, I haven't really had a downswing for the last couple of years. I have to say, I had a brutal downswing in 2014 where I was running 6 under we for 1.5 years, and this definitely has shaped me. And I was wondering, like, when is the next downswing coming? So I think the experience from back then, that I went through such a long downswing, and I had friends cheering me up, pushing me, and because of my friends, I kept playing. I didn't quit. I was on the verge quitting multiple times. I lost my bankroll, full tit, come to PokerStars, and I have a downswing for 15 months. It was really hard. And now over the last years, I never had really rough times. Here and there you have bad sessions, of course, but not. I now had 7 or 8 sessions in a row where I didn't make any profit. I just kept losing 40K a session, 50K, 80K a session, and now it piled up to 250K, maybe 300K. I haven't looked into the numbers. Of course, I always have an overview of my bankroll. I always try to play within my bankroll. I'm always also very tight or very conservative when it comes to my bankroll management. But I'm never really looking into results. Like, even if I win, that's my philosophy. It's about the things, or it's about focusing on the things that are in your control. And how much money I make, there's variance that has a word for it, or has something to say about it. So I can just focus on the things that are my control, and this is what I'm trying to do here. And I know there are a lot of people that have downswings. I hope this also can serve you as how I approach it. Once again, I'm very intrigued to hear what you guys are doing, and then hope I be able to turn it around. If not, at least lose the least amount of money that is possible. My credo is always, I don't know if you can say it in English, credo, we say it in German. However, my approach is always expect the best, but be prepared for the worst. And I promise you and promise myself, I'm going to be prepared for the worst. I'm going to be so prepared like never ever again. And I really hope I'll be able to turn it around. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this piece of advice and also sharing on how I feel. I was thinking for a little while whether I should make a YouTube video, but I think it's good that you guys see that we all have to face downswings. We all have phases where we lose a lot of money, and yeah, sometimes simply getting punched in the face. We take it, right? We take it. We're champions. We stand up one more time. We're not going to give up. We come back stronger. We try again. Even if we fail again, we come back again. We stand up, and yeah, we keep fighting. All right, guys, stay healthy, stay safe, and then see you at the tables.